See if it makes the difference. I'm going to be co-casting today. It's not just me. And believe it or not, it's not Dizzy either. Me and I actually got to get going. I thought I was going to have a second to chat, but they're already in the draft. I'm going to get going, meet in with Pride. We're co-casting today with Pride. I'm going to jump into Discord call. What's up, Pride? Nice to meet you. Well. Nice to talk for the first time. This man has raided me twice for absolutely no reward. I keep trying to get him back, but he just hides every time I go to finish my stream. This is Pride Gaming 96. I'm going to shout you out. Hold on. And I wish we could get a second to get to know each other, because we've literally never talked except for those couple DMs. But we don't have any time. They're already in the draft. They are not delaying. So give me one sec. Oh, they're already in the save draft. Jesus, they're rocketing through it. Hold on. We got to actually catch up. This is kind of embarrassing, but do you know who Hadeo is?
I've heard the name before, personally. I've never seen them play, to be honest. I've never seen them play there. I've never casted any of their games, but I have heard the name. Okay. I'm not that familiar.
I have not. I thought I was pretty keyed in with all the like 2K players that usually show up. I do. Sorry. I know he plays team games with Timo. That's the only time I've ever seen him.
Okay.
But if he has any tournament records, I actually don't know. I'm completely ignorant on that.
I can't say that he has tournament records. The name is familiar, but it's not like familiar enough to know that like he's gotten that high in certain like tournaments.
He's definitely good.
I've never seen him in like finals or semis or stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure like he's qualified to certain stuff. And
look, here goes the admin picks for the civs.
Oh yeah. Can we just I'm just gonna talk quickly about the map draft. T90 is fully randomed the map draft.
He said he was gonna do this, and I think he's gonna random his civ draft too. Serentine with the raid, what's up? Thanks for dropping in. I wish I could stop the chat, but we're kind of in the middle of this. Yeah, T90 was in my stream the other day while I was casting his first game, and he said I called him out on banning pizza and houseboat, because I'm like, you're making people play on this. Like, this is your tournament. You're making people play on it, and you won't play on these maps.
Okay.
And he said that he was going to full random everything, but then at the last minute he thought, actually, God, if I lose to Emo Warrior round 1, I'm never going to hear the end of it. So he decided to actually play seriously.
I mean, Emo Warrior is definitely not a bad player. If you're gonna have to lose to anyone, I mean, if you're that high up in a bracket where you're playing against players of that caliber, losing to any of them, it should not be considered bad in any way.
But imagine the tweets, imagine the Discord posts. Stranded Nomad inundation. Okay, T90 didn't have the consistency to go full random on his civ bans.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Like, I appreciate the random maps, but if you're gonna full random, you have to full random.
Oh, we got a double hidden Chinese pick. We might see a Chinese mirror on Stranded.
Probably.
Sorry.
Definitely an option.
Yesterday we had a game in 600 elo with our resident caster extraordinaire Dizzy. I'm sure you're well aware. Dizzy full randomed her maps, and her opponent full randomed their civs.
Okay.
In the tournament set. But the draft, what the draft gave the opponent who randomed the civs were like better than a lot of people's intentional picks. The civs he got were so good. He got Huns, Armenians, Berbers, and something else. Very good, like crazy good civs. I can't remember.
I know I clipped it and I put it in the highlight channel. I saw the draft.
You did, yeah.
I saw the draft, but I haven't seen the set yet because I started my own casting just like as soon as they started their first game. So I have to go back and watch the actual games, but I was here crazy. For the draft.
Cliffbanger, welcome in. Yeah, this is best of 3. This is T90, the man himself, organizer of the tournament, kind of champion of Age of Empires 2. Versus Hadeo, who I don't know that much about, but look at the civs. These are some powerful civs, especially for the maps that we have.
Yeah, I love the
Berbers,
Vietnamese pick.
Lithuanians.
I think
I love
currently one of the best civs at the moment,
Vietnamese.
especially for nomads.
Yeah, and win rate. Vietnamese gonna be nomad for sure.
Berbers is an all-round great civ, especially with how well they can counter most other civs.
Super powerful.
Yeah, Lithuanians are an interesting choice, honestly.
I'm seeing so many people. Yeah, for the maps, I'm seeing so many people playing Lithuanians. What are you thinking? I'm just gonna say, unless there's some mind games going on, we can kind of safely say Chinese mirror on Stranded. Unless, could we see Berbers instead as like a mind game? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I think Chinese is crazy good.
I think we might see a mirror Chinese for game 1. I think, depending on how that goes, I think we might see Lithuanians Persians on Inundation.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be Vietnamese and Dravidians on Nomad.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
maybe an argument for Hindustanis there, but Dravidians just so good. And then Persians, you can kind of just go like anywhere. Such a good civ.
There we go.
I'm gonna jump over. We're in game 1. Okay, catching back up to life.
Yeah,
we have a Chinese mirror on Stranded between Hadeo, T90Official, and the Wandering Warriors Community Cup, hosted by the man in blue here. This is his second set. I'm live. Are you live?
Yeah. I'm
nice.
I'm completely up.
I have Pride here with me co-casting. How are you doing?
We're doing very well this evening, I have to say.
Sick. Orange Mamba, why is Chinese so common on this map? I had the same question until a couple of days ago because I couldn't figure out why people were playing Chinese here. It's because you start with a fishing ship. Makes the Chinese start go from kind of horrible on this map to actually borderline broken. Pretty ridiculous start for the civ. Yep. We have Hadeo in the red here, T90 in the blue, and Hadeo a little bit slow. But pretty similar starts here.
Yeah.
And what do you think of these TC positions? I've seen a lot of games on Stranded, and I'm really starting to come to grips with the meta. They're slightly different.
I'm going to be honest. I do slightly prefer T90's TC position over Hadeo's, with the argument because of the hill in the middle.
Exactly.
If T90 gets an onager on that hill, that TC melts very quickly.
Exactly. I was going to bring that point up. It always comes down to that. No matter what's here, if it's a TC, if it's a mining camp, if it's anything, it always comes under fire because this map lives and dies by who can control the center.
Yeah.
Got a pretty standard start from both players. T90 2 vills ahead. Obviously well practiced. I wonder how much prep he's actually put into it. We haven't actually heard from him.
But with argument on that side, Hadeo does have the extra fishing ship up as well.
True.
So there is that balance. Like T90 does have the extra vill, but Hadeo is faster on water. He has more fishing ships quicker.
So interesting.
In terms of resources, they're very similar. They're not much of a difference so far. I mean, again, this is a situation where you're seeing high level play from two really good players who basically at this point in time in their careers, they're playing textbook.
Exactly. And check the scouting for both players. T90 getting a little bit of vision. Holy, Hadeo has almost scouted the entire map. Hadeo's on point with his rhinos, with his water buffalo. I'm really interested to see how T90 plays this one, because when we saw the Emu set, he was so solid. It was like a mix of economy and insane forward pressure, just boxing Emu in the grapple game. And then we had
the interesting thing here is going to fall down to who has the slightly better micro at the end of the day. Because we're going to probably see the same strategy. We're going to see archers with maybe some mix of skirms, probably galleys on water for the most part. So this raises the question is who does have the better micro between the two players to sustain their army losses.
Exactly. I was just saying to Pride when we started the stream, if anyone in the chat can help us out, I'm a bit of embarrassed here in that I don't actually know much about Hadeo. The only thing I know Hadeo from is that I've seen him playing team games with Timo, the current top seed in the tournament. Other than that, I don't know if he has tournament experience, if he has tournament results. Name just isn't super familiar to me. Anybody in the chat knows this guy. I'd love to have some information, what he likes to go for, what he likes to play. Arbase has no clue. Okay, then really this guy's unknown. If Arbase doesn't know him.
So, Addictive, I do have a question, Addictive, here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Hideo's lumber camp?
I think it is extremely vulnerable, but we do have some forward walls coming up for Hadeo pretty early. T90 got the barracks forward. What do you think about the...
almost up to feudal.
What is it about the lumber camp to you?
This gives me an indication of what Hideo is going to try and do for this set.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to try and control the middle early in feudal.
Could be.
He's gonna wall up that little centerpiece there, and when he needs to expand, he's just gonna expand through the middle instead of on the outside.
Yeah, you could be right. Here, barracks coming up for Hadeo now. T90 reaches feudal.
Yeah, I think Hadeo knows he needs to control the middle, so he's gonna go for it very early.
Here comes the archer range in for T90. Pretty expected. Hadeo a little bit slower with the timings. T90 was gonna might get a pretty powerful timing attack here. Pretty clear that both players, I mean T90, it's to be expected he's well aware of the strategies that are common on this map, but Hadeo also looks pretty prepared because I'm not even seeing this in any of the community sets I've seen so far. These super forward tight walls just to prevent the towers, the super forward aggression. Shows the players really understand how the meta is developing on this map.
T90's using a spearman to scout.
Yeah, I did see that.
I think,
oh, Spearman finding
smart.
the town center, falls.
That Komodo dragon.
We have 2 fire galleys for both players, but T90's deciding to invest even further. We're going to see 4 fire ships. Where are they? Have they found the docks?
They're in the south.
They're on the way.
Yeah.
Hadeo, my friend, you need a range. You need it yesterday. T90's already up and producing.
Also, just very clearly interesting, the difference. Now you can already immediately see the playstyle difference between the players. T90 went for Town Watch. Mm-hmm. He has much better vision on the map as is.
Yeah, this is
to
kind of a classic T90, to be honest. He does this a lot. We saw this yesterday in the Nomad game with Emu Warrior. He normally, when you're doing a fast castle, it's pretty standard to do the 2 villagers in the time you're constructing your feudal buildings, but T90 opting to go for the Town Watch for the vision. I love Town Watch. Town Watch and Patrol are, I think, some of the most underrated upgrades in this game. Vision just huge.
Especially if you're going to drop outposts the same way like T90 has an outpost here in the middle.
Look, we have a Vil fighting a Skirm here.
I mean, you kind of have to, at this point. You can't really take it down with only 2 archers. The Skirms will decimate the 2 archers, so having the Vil there...
Skirm's going to chase this archer down. So even with the late range, Hadeo actually has the military lead right now, but
Hadeo is pushing T90 back on water.
Yeah, T90 has a demo queued. Is it this dock? No, it's not. It's the other dock. No, where is it? It's the fire dock. T90 is actually on 3 docks. I didn't notice that. We're 3 versus 2 dock.
Yeah, demo's coming in from the back dock on the far right for T90.
Getting some repairs in on the fires. We've Archer up to north, just kind of probing around.
Okay, T90 is making a stable now. Probably going scouts to deal with some of these skirms.
Yeah, makes sense. Skirms are going to come in and start to annoy the wood line for T90. But his gold is super safe.
They're not going to get much value, but they're just idling the villagers is basically what Hadeo wants here at this point.
I really like the outpost, to be honest. A lot of people, they are underbuilt, I think, the lower you go. But it just gives, it's almost like a wall, an AoE wall. It gives you so much advance notice if you have the APM and the game sense.
He's going up to Castle.
Castle click for both, yeah. Slightly faster for Hadeo. Here comes Fletching. And we're stopping Skirm production, starting Archer production. The second range going up for Hadeo.
And
so many fires just bumping off each other.
yeah, we're gonna demo here for Hideo as well, but he's gonna lose some of this fishing chips.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
A little bit of damage, but these fires gonna eat these fish alive. And here, the skirms at T90's base still probing around trying to find some damage. We're panic slamming a mill down for Hadeo. I think we forgot a mill.
You have to transition from fishing ships to farms now. You're losing water. You need another somehow to get some food income. Especially if you decide to do transition into something other than archers.
Skirms from T90 going to meet the skirms for Hadeo, but he has a scout. Should be able to clear this up.
I think T90 might transition to knights at this point.
Oh, it's the archer.
I see him getting horse armor.
Yeah, Mick says T90 going up to 9 fires. He wants to kick Hadeo off water.
Then we have Frank and the scout fighting in the middle. Frank does come out on top.
Ah, yeah. Frank? Do you call militia Frank?
Yeah. I think everyone calls militia Frank.
Really? I've never heard that before.
I've seen it very common in a lot of streams. A lot of people just calling militia Franks.
Franks? No, I've never seen it. The only name I know for militias that aren't militia is Dizzy with the legendary Bully Boys.
Okay.
She loves calling.
I know. I think the first time I heard it was probably from Otter.
Actually, haven't heard that. We have crossbow aim AOE, for Hadeo, and you were so right, Pride. Got the premonition. Knights are in. Bloodline's coming in.
War Galley's coming in.
War Galley. T90 wants him dead on water. Oh, we did get War Galley for Hadeo too. I did notice it.
Ooh, those crossbows gonna deny that gold.
Very, very annoying. Hold on. Sorry, Arbase. You got obliterated by the Nightbot there. I'll post the link he posted. There you go. Oh no, you're calling me out. Why did I let you do that? Scouts meeting some archers here.
So, T90's making more knights. My biggest concern at the moment is Hadeo is massing up a large number of crossbows now. And in terms of quality and quantity, knights are more expensive. And with numbers, the crossbow should be able to deal with the small number of knights.
And obviously, Chinese in the long term, you do want to be moving towards some sort of archer comp. No, knights are getting absolutely obliterated. We're only on the first armor. We can't just run up for free.
Well, T90's finally getting double bid X.
Oh wow, the casual 23-minute double bid X. Oh, we might see some vills falling here. It's a big ball of crossbows. Nice, he's watching.
F in chat for Frank. He did not make it,
Frank
unfortunately.
Die? No, Frank, we hardly knew you. I just met you. Second TC coming up for Hadeo.
T90 has absolute water control now.
Yeah, you're right. So hopefully pays off in the long run. He invested a lot into it. We've 2 demo ships also just hanging in the wings, haven't been used. Second cav armor coming in, so he does want to stay on cavalry production.
Yeah, the biggest problem here for
mass
T90
exodus of vills here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Hadeo is completely denied T90 gold. T90 has to move those villagers to another gold pile.
I don't know about you, how many games you've seen on Stranded, but this is so common. So many games come down to who can kick who off their forward gold.
Yeah, considering when you have a map like this where gold is very situated in one position, where you know and preemptively figure out where the gold is, if you can deny your opponent that gold, there's nothing your opponent can do.
Yeah, I've seen so many games end so quickly, like just a tower sitting on the hill on the forward gold, and once you've kicked them off it, if you can get at their other goals, they just can't come back into the game. It's completely cutting them off at the throat. We have a TC in the dead center for Hadeo.
That is ambitious.
We have knights prowling around. They are second armored up, but this is a lot of crossbows.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't hate the DC in the middle.
I think it's kind of good, especially
I would have
because
preferred
there's no,
it was a castle.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm almost sick to death of saying it. I'm going to say it again once more for anyone in the chat who hasn't seen this map. But this on Stranded, castles are far and few between. Very, very heavy investment because the stone is super, super sparse. We got 1 tile stone surrounding the island. So you need to at least mine 2 entire tiles of stone, or mine a full one and then buy the rest, or just straight up and market use yourself up. So each castle is a big, big investment. Knights are looking for some damage here in Hadeo's base for T90. There's a monk somewhere trying to convert. Where is he? Oh, here he is.
He's right behind the TC, and there's another monk in production as well, and a couple of monks, so...
But now that we're talking about stone, Hadeo is 7 mils on stone, so we do want a castle eventually. Probably to just consolidate the control of the middle. These knights are looking for damage. There's still a vill from... There's like a sneak vill from T90 on the far left here.
Yeah, he's dropping a dock. You can see that.
I mean, definitely worth it. I like this. This is one of the biggest changes I see. It's such a small thing, but a big difference from mid low elo to high elo is that when high elos win water, they really use the water. When mid to low elo win, they just kind of leave it. Like say they made 6 fishing ships in
they
Dark
just
and
forget
Fuel.
about it.
Yeah, they just leave it at 6. Maybe they get gill nets, but that'd be like the extent. But high elo, they capitalize on everything that they can take from their opponent. These knights are chased down in the north. This could be huge. Is T90 watching? Oh my god, this might be really big.
Oh yeah.
A lot of ills potentially about to fall here. These are knights without forging, but knights are knights.
But look at the crossbows for Hadeo and T90. He just literally stopped the entire wood production for T90.
Oh my god, you're so right, I didn't see this. We are running. T90's vills are going to have crazy leg muscles this game. They're spending more games running to the north than actually collecting. And the crossbows are just chasing. There is a mangonel though. Oh, nice dodge.
Just miss.
Nice repairs. This game is suddenly kind of crazy.
Got
the attack grounds. T90 is microing
can't
this.
afford losing that.
Yeah, this could be just game over if this archer mass falls here to 1 mangonel. They're going to push back off. You're going to respect the micro control, but T90, this could be a big shot. We're kind of close. Okay.
Not close enough, unfortunately. Ooh. But that TC will still pick off maybe on a crossbow or 2.
Now, this could be it. I think we've looked away. I know there's a castle in the middle. I can see the minimap. Yeah. We're going to lose a lot of archers here. Hadeo, we've got to look back. This is huge.
Oh,
this is so huge.
That was a lot of value for 1 mangonel.
I'm assuming Hadeo was looking here. He really wanted to secure this castle, but that's a lot of dead crossbows.
Oh, the mangonel's going to try and deny the castle, but it's got stuck in between
there's
the wood line.
There's a lot of knights here. There's a lot of knights here. If we don't get the walls, this might be denied. 73% constructed. We have monks to annoy the villagers. Stop them. This is going to get denied. Pride, this is crazy.
81. And conversion as well, getting 2 builders. Oh, T90's turning this around really quickly.
Hadeo's got to feel so frustrated right now. He's been playing so solid. Clearly knows the map. We're a lot of vills going for Hadeo are going to call it. Wow. That was suddenly such a huge swing for T90.
I would have loved to see a siege workshop from Hadeo just to try and counter T90's mangonels as well.
I'm kind of speechless there. That was suddenly a really even game, and then suddenly in 2 separate parts of the map, T90 gets absolutely massive swings in his favor. What a crazy game 1.
That was definitely fun. I think the biggest issue for Hadeo on the situation was you already lost water. You were already behind in terms of that form of eco. T90 has that advantage. This castle was basically your saving grace. Yeah. Really,
really good game sense from Hadeo. He knew what he needed to do, but T90 was just on top of it. I think if this house wall, if he managed to block off these knights, obviously he still has to deal with the mangonel monk annoying the vills, but game could still have been a game if this castle went up. Crazy. Dizzy with the raid. I thought you'd be streaming way longer, Dizzy. Thanks so much. This is crazy. Okay, I'm going to jump back to the draft. I'm guessing the players are going to be getting ready for game 2. I don't know what to say, Pride. That was
I'm genuinely surprised. I expected that to go a bit longer. I'm going to be honest.
For a Chinese mirror, and I didn't think we were going to see a Chinese mirror being Knights from T90. That's it. He wins with Chinese Knights.
When you do a mirror match,
Arbase, do I want to watch this?
You have to do something. I think it more so fell to T90 realizing that he needs to either out micro Hadeo or outplay him. I think the Knights was a safe option between not having to deal with that much intensive micro with the archers or the crossbows.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just let the Knights kind of take the fight on their own while you're focusing on other things. While Hadeo was forced to micro his crossbows against the Knights.
Exactly. And it is still, like, ended up working out for T90, but if we got to the late game and Chinese got to their real power comp, Chinese Knights aren't going to deal with a full late game Chinese crossbow, but T90 it managed to work out for him. Now, I see game 2 has just started. Do you want to just quickly talk about the draft before we get in?
Yeah, I have a minute and a half to start game 2.
Perfect.
So we have to wait for a spec delay.
I'm going to spoil it for chat
Nomad.
here. Yeah, we are going Nomad. Hadeo's home map. What do we think about the civs? We have resident Civ Theory Crafter in the chat. Arbase, what do you think? We have Berbers, Lithuanians, Vietnamese left for T90. Persians, Dravidians, Hindustanis. We did make a prediction on who was going to get played on Nomad.
So
what do you think?
Arbase agrees with me.
Yeah,
Persians and
that's
Vietnamese.
what we were thinking first. Yeah, I did think this. Although I was thinking maybe there was going to be like a surprise Berbers game 1, but no, you got the standard Chinese mirror. It's just they're too good. Persians, Vietnamese is what you're thinking. I got to get this game open. It's not opening for me.
I mean, basically, Hadeo has good options. Either if he picks going with Dravidians or Hindustanis, they can all work. I think Persians is the better choice for the Nomad map, especially since game 3 would have to go to Inundation. I don't see Persians playing on that map as well as any other map. Like compared to Nomad, I think Persians work better on Nomad than they do on Inundation. T90 has to go Vietnamese. I don't see any other option.
Yeah, they're just
on Nomad.
So good. The win rate, at least in the community tournament, if we're looking at our resident stat guy, Bergwin's page, Vietnamese are doing really well this tournament.
How are they? Like 70%, I think, win rate?
I don't know off heart, but they're definitely at the top of the charts. They're like topping in everything. Picks, bans. Gonna jump over.
I saw this. I'm loading it. I saw this actually on.
Yeah, good.
There we go. We're in. I saw this on Reddit like a couple of days ago during the Wonders Warriors Cup. It was a Viper game. I can't remember who he was playing against, but he was picking Vietnamese as first pick for Nomad, and somebody posted a picture of the draft on Reddit, and the tagline was literally confirmed by Viper, Vietnamese best Civ. And I think so far this community cup has been just a depiction of Vietnamese being the best pick.
They just feel so good because people who play Nomad know. I know a lot of people that signed up this tournament who like weren't even Nomad players, which is crazy to me. I'm a certified Nomad enjoyer, my favorite map. But we all know anyone playing Nomad, information is everything. You can have a perfect build, but if you take too long to find your opponent, it could just be game over. But Vietnamese with the Civ bonus can see their opponent from minute 1. And it just lets you get such crazy information for how the game's going to go down. Super far spawns.
Yeah, this is the main reason why I wanted to participate in this. I'm not a Nomad player.
Oh, you aren't?
I do not know how to play Nomad. I've never practiced Nomad. I don't do team games. So I wanted to diversify my skill set. I wanted to give my hand a go at it. I practice. I have a friend of mine who's definitely like Nomad lover. I don't know if anybody knows who they are. It's Emma Stonewalls. They are
Emma
mod in the variety. They're a good friend of mine. Good friend of mine.
I saw you casting with them the other day.
Yeah, and he was helping me train and practice Nomad. He is a definite Nomad lover, so helping me out, figuring it out and such. So it's been very nice for me to see the maps, learn new set and figuring it out as I go. And even casting it has made me get a better game sense of the game in general.
That's so awesome because I know a lot of people who Nomad is like really controversial. It's almost on the level of full water maps. There are people who just permanently ban it and will alt F4 to not play it. But to go from not a Nomad player to entering a Nomad settings tournament, that's crazy. This was like a natural sign up for me because I think most of my games are on Nomad. But that's so cool. What would you think your favorite map is? Are you a Arabia enjoyer? Arena?
I am. My best map is Arena. I can't say I'm an Arena enjoyer. I am a person. I have a 4-year-old son, so the difficulty for me is so cool. I can't do long-term games. You know, so I have to figure out a playstyle that lets me play quickly. So I decided to turn most Arena games into a clown fest for the most part.
Castle dropper.
Yeah. Well, not exactly. I'm a Crepos dropper.
Oh no. Oh my god, I might need to rethink this co-cast. That's so sick though.
My Bulgarian play went from like 20% win rate to 80, just me playing Arena with Bulgarians.
I love Bulgarians, but that is so dirty.
Yeah.
That's sick. So you're not going to be queuing up for any 4v4 Michi anytime soon?
I don't think so. Maybe down in the line, down in the future. My biggest issue is scheduling. I tried to do team tournaments. Scheduling for them is absolutely terrible, and I chose not to do it in my lifetime, or at least anytime soon, for my mental sake.
We got boars coming in for both the players. Malanama, what's up? Thanks for coming back yet again. Oh, we have an actual Bulgarian in the chat, so sorry for dissing your actual nationality. Okay, like, honestly, I love playing Bulgarians.
Oh, same.
There's a difference between playing Bulgarians, I think, on, Nomad Arena. Honestly, my maps are Nomad #1 tied with Mega Random. And then on like Arena, any other map, I'll play loads of maps. But I gotta say, Arena, Black Forest style of play, I'll play it. It is fun. But I wouldn't be playing like 2 or 3 games in a row. It's just...
Yeah.
The slowness. I like action. I like the fighting. But
yeah, I agree.
Bulgarians on most maps, I love to play. Love me some Conics. And I'm not going to call them out, but Airbase will know that I'm a Bulgarian Bodkin Archer enjoyer. I will keep making Bulgarian archers well into Castle Age. Okay, so pretty chill as usual.
Yeah, it's Dark Age. It's textbook, like I said, You can play this game 4 or 5 times. Have T90 and Hadeo play Nomad, the same civ, same game, 4 or 5 times. Dark Age is going to be the same.
Mm-hmm. Every single time. And I didn't know. Textbook. I feel like a fool with this. Airbase only educated me recently. I was like, man, what are the chances? Every Nomad game I play, the TC spawns are super far. And then Airbase was kind of telling me, yeah, it's supposed to do that. They designed it to do that.
Yeah.
Because any Nomad enjoyers... those games where like your TC is here, your enemy TC gets built right here. Just within range is an absolute clown fest.
Yeah, I call that a low Nomad game.
Sometimes they're the most fun games, but definitely I wouldn't want to be playing them multiple times in a row. But I guess it makes sense to use this map script when there's so much money on the line. You don't want like an absolute cheese game 1 ending within 5 minutes because opponent just like can't get out of the Dark
position
Age.
And everything. Yeah, like this is the thing with me and casting. When I look into it, I have 2 versions of casting. When I feel like I want to have fun, enjoy myself, have a good laugh, I cast any game under 1200. If I want to have like proper like competitiveness, high stakes, great long-term set, I watch anything above 1200. Because the mass difference between casting basically a low elo game and a high elo game, it's day and night.
Oh, it's crazy. Everybody in the chat will know. I will wax poetic for hours about how cool it is. It's one of my favorite things. Like if they made this something you can like get a master's in if you go to college for. I love how there's completely different metas at different elo brackets. Things that like, you watch the pros and you're like, oh, okay, so this is what you're supposed to do on this map or on this settings. they do not apply at different elos, and different elos will come up with like completely unique solutions for certain things, for their level of APM, for their level of skill. It's so cool. I could talk for days about it. But anyway, we're into feudal age now. We have
this is my
demo
argument
refs.
for Age of Empires in general.
Don't even get me started. People in the chat knows
Any-
I will go for just an hour singing my love for Age
This
of
is why
Empires.
it's my favorite RTS game. Compared to StarCraft, Warcraft, and other RTS games in general, Age of Empires, you can play it at any level, you can play any strategy, and it works.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
can't do that with Warcraft. You can't do that with StarCraft. You can't do that with other RTS games.
Exactly. There's stuff at high level that you shouldn't try to do. Like, you'll see, and then people say, like, this is the correct, quote-unquote, correct play. But, like, lower elos shouldn't be trying to imitate the pros in everything. And there are things that are definitely much, much more powerful at lower elos. We have fire ships bumping off each other as classic standard. We have a demo kind of zooming in. We're gonna get some hits. Uh-oh.
Can I get
we're
it?
splitting up. We're splitting for Hadeo.
Ooh. T90 is not decisive on that demo.
Gonna work.
Got enough value, though.
Good bit of value, but I think Hadeo's gonna come out on top here with these fires.
I mean, you have defender's advantage. You know, your dock is right there. T90's on 1. Hideo's on 3 docks.
Where is his? Oh, he has a dock. Where is the dock?
He has 2 docks at the bottom.
Yeah, there's 2
left.
docks down here. That makes sense.
Like, T90's just getting caught in between fire galleys at this point.
He's beginning to feel the numbers from Hadeo. He's queuing 2 demos. Do we have anything on land? We do. This is actually quite rare. We have an archers being produced in feudal age. I know it's Vietnamese, but even still, I've seen a lot of Vietnamese being played on Nomad here, that everybody just goes fast castle in this tournament. There's been very, very little feudal gameplay except at like the lowest elo brackets. Everybody seems happy to skip the feudal age except for water, but we have archers coming out, and this is just T90 to a T. T90 is a habitual outpost rusher. He loves his vision, and it works out for him. I love
it. I mean, I think outposting should be something that needs to be done more at all elos.
Mm-hmm.
It's inexpensive. It gives you a lot of vision, and at this point, at any point, I mean, any version of the game, whether you're playing Nomad or not, vision is probably the most important resource.
Exactly. You're so right. Especially on certain maps, vision is literally make or break. If you can see a sneak coming in, especially we're thinking of like Golden Hill, stuff like that, the difference between seeing a sneak coming and not could literally be the difference between a won set or a lost set. Barracks coming up for T90. We have a
T90 is
tower
pressuring the gold.
For
But unfortunately, those ushers don't have fletching.
Yeah. T90, he's not looking. I think he's looking at the water, trying to get some demo. Oh, here comes a demo raft. These fire ships are really close together.
That's... Oh, they blocked it.
Ooh. Didn't get kills, but that was a lot of damage spread across those 3 ships.
Yeah, that's enough to clean that up with 1 fire, but here come the other fire ships, and T90's gonna get pushed back
We
again.
have another raft. We have another raft. Really close ships.
Oh,
that was
a big one.
Big explosion. 3 ships down, a lot of damage on the 4th. That was nice. There's just only, even for the top pros, this is what I love to see. People who are in the lower elos think that they can't be competing in Age of Empires because of the APM requirements. It's tough for everybody. This is about as high elo as you can get. Top, 100 maybe of the world. And even they are just trying their best to manage this absolutely crazy game.
I hear a lot of people saying, especially at lower elo, saying, oh, I don't have the APM to play better. I don't have the APM to be at that level. I don't think APM is necessary in any aspect of the game other than micro.
Exactly. I completely agree.
In my personal experience, I'm a maximum, my highest elo is 1200. I'm an average 1100 player. Mm-hmm. I have beaten 1600 players.
Oh my god, nice.
My APM is 20.
I mean, we always, whenever the APM conversation comes up, we go back to our Lord and Savior. I want to see some emotes in the chat. Doubt,
Yeah.
Everybody loves to bring it up. It is not necessary. The strategic decisions can win out over super fast APM.
Yep.
We have crazy fights going on over here. T90 still no fletching gaming. And these skirms for Hadeo are fletching, so T90 has to respect them.
I mean, that's a big thing for my end. Like, I realized something. My APM used to be around 50, 60, but I learned that I was making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
like
slowed my game down and
high
focused more
APM.
on proper like counters and proper thinking during the game. So it got me to win more games. So if
Exactly.
anybody is actually like low elo is having trouble like thinking, oh, I don't have the APM to get higher, you don't need the APM to get higher. You
Yeah.
just need the better mindset and better, kind of decision making at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
I love the saying that high APM just lets you make bad decisions faster.
Exactly, 100%.
We have Wargalley coming in for T90. Castle Age is still, we're a minute away for Hadeo. We are going for a second range, a second Persian range.
I think it's slightly unfortunate here for Hadeo. When you're delaying Castle Age, I don't mind seeing the pressure in Feudal, trying to get that advantage in Feudal Age. But if you're going to go for that aggressive nature, you can't let your opponent get to Castle Age faster than you do.
Hold on, where is this village? Oh, here we are. There's a villager trying to be built by Hadeo on the far west. But he doesn't realize that we're kind of walled in.
I see it. He's dropping an outpost now.
Yeah.
I mean, he can get through between the archer, the archery range, and the barracks. Can get to that dock in the back. But like T90 is just taking water control entirely again.
Yeah, there are quite a few flyers left for there, but yeah, we're at 7 and they are upgraded.
Oh, here we go. Forward siege from Hadeo.
I think this is exactly what you're saying. Last game, Pride, Hadeo sees his only way through this. He's feeling the elo difference, I think. So he thinks we're not going to beat T90 in a classic game. We need to make this game messy.
Yeah, I agree.
I love this.
Yeah, T90 also has his own defensive
skirms are sitting underneath the town center. We are 0 archer armor. Sorry, we're level 1 archer armor. We're not elite skirm yet, though. Strolling straight through.
Yeah, but the high pierce armor for this skirm can still take a couple of hits even without elite skirm. But Hideo just lost his entire fishing eco.
Yeah. Now Hadeo, I think, is feeling the timer beginning to count down in his mind, that the longer he takes to make this a issue that T90 has to face, the less a chance he has to win. So he wants to try and force the issue. Mango is queued.
Oh, but look at the monks for T90 now, trying to convert that forward Vil.
We're gonna grab the relic too. Casual as you like. We're gonna see the delete. No, we're not. We might not get a conversion. Oh, we got it.
Conversion. That is unfortunate for Hideo. But the Mangonel will still be safe. There's nothing pressuring that Mangonel at the moment.
Here comes the stable for T90.
Now that's going to be an issue. We're going to see Knights from T90.
We're going to see, we're going to see Knights, but we're going to see Persian Cav Archers. One is queued. One is built. Where is he? Oh, he's here.
Yeah. Second TC coming in for Hadeo. My biggest concern right now for Hadeo is the lack of arming, in a sense. He does have the skirms, but those skirms aren't going to do anything. They're not going to get value. They're not going to take down the Mangonels. They can disrupt at most, but they're not getting real value.
I will say
he needs to transition to the Cav Archers quicker.
This many skirms with Bodkin, they can kill villagers, but yeah, you're right. They're not exactly a military that's going to be putting pressure. Here's the Knight to try and take out the Mangonel. Going to do it pretty easily. We just don't have a way to deal with this.
Yeah.
Mangonel falls.
And one Cav Archer is not going to be enough to take down that Knight.
No, this is very expensive.
And we might see another counter version of the Cav Archer, maybe? No?
No, we're just completely chill. We're going to just stroll a relic past this Cav Archer. Oh, we're going to take pot shots at the monk, though.
I mean, you're not going to lose the monk. Yeah.
Nice delete. Definitely worth it. Here comes the second TC for T90, and T90 has a Mangonel defense as well. This defense is so strong now that I think Hadeo might be a bit too late. We're not going to be able to get the blind side on T90. T90 is ready with the force.
Hadeo needs to drop something massive and a lot of pressure. He either needs to mass Cav Archers or get a really aggressive castle somewhere in that middle. Try and deny T90 room for expansion, or at least resources. The biggest
Here's a
issue for
decent
T90 right
Kawashi
now
march,
is
but
the
we're
amount of
walking into a
gold.
monk. We're walking into knights. Sorry about talking over you there, but
Yeah, that's fine.
no, we're okay.
Again, this
We
is the
took out
thing.
the monk.
Micro. You know,
Yeah.
you have to micro.
Mangonel's coming forward. I do love though that our casting seems to just be focused on rooting for the underdog. No one seems to be like, everyone's talking about what Hadeo needs to do to win and not about how T90 is playing this
T90 is
beautifully.
doing so, yeah. I know.
Monks go down without a conversion though. That's not nothing. That's quite a bit
That
of
is
value.
value. That's 200 gold. That I'm gonna point out again. T90 doesn't have. T90 is almost out of gold comparatively. If Hideo can deny T90 that gold on the right, that might be a big issue for T90 in the long run.
Maybe. And like, we were saying Hideo lost water, but his Vil count is actually making up for it. These Persian TCs coming in clutch. We are actually ahead economically. But T90 is still adding to his fishing economy. Oh, we might see some shots here. Scorpion and Mangonel taking shots at the Cav Archers.
T90 has paper money. Yeah, but T90 has to get the imp first, and he doesn't have the gold to get the imp. He still needs to drop a castle somewhere. Like, there's a lot of resources that needs to go for T90 to actually be able to get paper money.
This is pretty good micro for Hadeo here on the Cav Archers. We took it a Mangonel, but we're going to respect the Knights and back off a little bit.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, like, between T90 and Hadeo at the moment. With the Cav Archers, you're so forced into microing your units. The
Yeah, you
Knights,
just spend
you're
a
less
lot of
micro heavy. You
information
just send
here.
them forward and pull them back whenever you need to.
Exactly.
And I do like T90 going for the relics. He does have 2 relics, so that is still a small trickle of gold coming in.
Yeah. And I loved how he picked them up. He picked them up like in front of Army of Hadeo, just casually strolled past with the relics. A lot of scorpions here. I think we might see ballistic scorpions as we move into the castle. Or move into... Did I see? Oh, sorry. I thought I saw a university going down. That's a market.
Yeah,
Yeah, in the north of T90.
Yeah, Hadeo has a university at the moment. He's finally getting bloodlines.
Yeah, that could have been helpful earlier. 2 more scorpions fall for T90. We have some bills coming forward for T90.
And
What are
T90
these guys
going
up
to drop
to?
a castle. He's going to drop a
Yeah,
castle.
where is it coming? Because we're not going to just walk into the Cav Archers, are we?
No, he's
T90,
going to
you
go
gotta
on
be
that
careful
stone
here.
pile, I think. I think he's going to push the Scorps and Knights forward. He's going to push this Cav Archer back. And he's going to probably drop a castle right where the Cav Archers are right now to deny that space.
Needs to be careful though. We are going to walk Vil first into a lot of these Cav Archers. T90.
And that's unfortunate.
We got to bring the Knights forward.
Nope,
Oh,
okay.
that could have been really bad. This is a lot of villagers to lose.
Needs to be careful. There's
Here we go.
Ooh, that's
It's
a
going to be a
very aggressive
straightforward castle.
But yeah, the castle's going to go up. I don't think Hideo can
No,
stop it.
we're going to reconsider it even closer. He thought it wasn't aggressive enough. It could be make or break. I wonder if we're going to see Hadeo buy some stone and go for a counter castle.
He doesn't have the gold for it. He's making
Yeah.
knights, trying to stop it maybe? I don't know.
Oh, we did? No, he did buy 100 stone. Oh, it's going to be
Okay,
a back castle, but it will alleviate some pressure. But the only thing is, this castle is hitting so much of our vital buildings. This castle is going to be really painful for Hadeo. Hadeo calls it.
Yeah, that is
Wow.
unfortunate. Castle goes up.
That
I
was
mean,
crazy.
That
Game
was
2 goes to
a great
T90.
game played. 100%. That's an absolutely incredible play for T90. The defense, keeping Hideo back at every moment. And I love the play, like taking water heavy early, late feudal and early castle. You know, I think overall it came down to more decision making rather than the micro aspect, like I said.
Yeah, I really agree. I think you were spot on in the in game 1 and then game 2, where you knew from the beginning what Hideo's plan was, his way to a win condition. But the issue is that so was T90. T90, especially these outposts, made all the difference. He knew Hideo's plan from minute 1, and once he started on the plan, T90 just casually put up minimal effort defense and it worked.
Yeah, I agree.
That was
100%.
well played set
If you
from
know
both.
what your opponent is doing, what he's planning on doing, if you have the perfect counter for it, you're basically walking them in a situation where they can't win. And T90 had, like, playing this game between Vietnamese and Persians, T90 had, I think, a lot more win conditions overall over the Persians. I'm not sure. I think there have been chances where Hideo could have done maybe some slight different decisions. I think Cav Archers were a good choice, but I
Yeah, I
probably
think
wouldn't have used them as Persians. I would have went with either knights myself or even just elephants.
right. I think if Cav Archers is the decision, we need to stick to that decision, and production needed to be a lot higher, because if it was a considerable mass of Cav Archers, that could have went very differently. But it was just small enough that a couple of scorpions and a handful of knights were enough to just push him back. That was
But
pretty short, but honestly, really fun game to watch, fun set to watch. Yeah, congratulations, 2-0 now in his own community tournament, taking down Hadeo now in this quick 2-0. But I can't fault Hadeo too much. Like, still very, very solidly played against with such an elo difference.
Yeah,
that was crazy. And yeah, thanks Pride for joining me. That was a lot of fun. This was a super last minute co-cast, but I really appreciate you reaching out, and I really appreciate the raids. I know I said to you in DMs, but you've been dropping some viewers in my chat every day, and I keep trying to get you back, but then you're just you get me before I can get you. I will get you one of these days.
I have no doubt about it, but thank you for having me. It was an absolute pleasure.
Oh, it was great. We have to do this again.
Definitely.